Hello and what is going on, everybody? Thank you for watching today's video, and if you happen to learn anything, make sure you throw a like. And if you want to stay in touch with all updates regarding Pokemon investing, collecting, and the overall market as a whole, make sure you subscribe. I'm not going to say that I upload daily videos anymore because life has been extremely busy. I've been sick. I've been having a lot of computer issues, but I'm going to upload definitely at least every other day. So thank you guys for watching. And today we're going to talk about something a little different. I wouldn't consider this more of a informational video, but more so a discussion kind of video. And it's really the main topic is about the Pokemon boom and how it just keeps booming. And personally, with how I think about everything, I have a very realistic and logical sense of viewing a lot of things. And I also dabble a little bit into the stock and crypto markets as well. And everything in me just you can't have things going up forever. It just is not realistic. It's not possible. But I don't see the Pokemon bubble per se, quote, quote, bursting. I don't see it really as a bubble at all. I really just see an increased demand or a revitalization of a brand, something that has been exposed to by pretty much everybody. And it's just reawakening into a lot of people's core memories, bringing back nostalgia. They are being very effective with their marketing and pushing products, merchandise, games, especially with the Switch 2 releasing with the 30th anniversary coming up next year, with literally banger after banger set. Sheamus reference, if anybody watches wrestling, banger after banger after banger of set releases. I really just see the demand matching the quality of products that are coming out and the marketing tactics that are being used. I just see really everything just being extremely successful right now. So that's why I really can't consider this being a bubble that is going to burst because of the organic demand that is really here. Now, what could make this bubble burst is really the only thing that I truly think could really do anything, and that's just have bad sets release, products sit on the shelves, and I don't think that's going to happen with these scattered, sporadic, exclusive seeming releases that Pokemon is doing. They're not putting thousands of a certain item in a single store. They're just sending out limited quantities at a time every single week, maybe bi-weekly. And yeah, that's why it sells out so fast because it's just such a limited supply and they have so many sets out right now, so many things that are being printed at the same time that it's kind of hard to keep up with the amount of people that want these products right now, as well as keeping up with sets that are still currently in the print window. So, yeah, like I said, I really can't see it going up forever. But the way markets really tend to move and the way that headlines are kind of creating a narrative that Pokemon is not just a speculative thing, it is something that holds true value to a lot of people. We've been seeing a lot of headlines, YouTube videos, content creators, all these things emerge that just spew information or content about Pokemon. And typically in traditional markets, when the exposure is at an all-time high like this and you have new creators and new forms of monetization in subcategories, really, you'll consider that to be an indicator that the top is in, and you'll see so many people on Reddit posts, in Discords, on YouTube channel comments saying that this is a top signal, the top is in. But with how we're seeing volume and sellouts, how we're seeing large eBay auctions for not just graded cards, but sealed products and raw singles as well. There's so many things that are making this hobby, this investment in this game thrive organically that it is truly hard to see how this will not stop going up. So, really, I think just an influx of supplies, a couple bad sets is really what it's going to take for this whole hype train to die down. But even if so, you're still going to have things that'll reignite that hype, reignite that fire. And that's going to be, say, the holiday seasons, um, birthday. Oh, I'm not even gonna say birthdays because everybody got a birthday every day at some point. But really, holidays, new game releases, new set releases, the anniversary celebration. There's just so many factors to reignite the nostalgia, the hype, the investing, the collecting, the game itself, anything really that has to do with this brand. And that's why I don't like when people use the bubble comparison, the Beanie Baby comparison, the sports card comparison, because it really isn't like all of those things. Beanie Babies, we'll use that as an example. That was something that has one purpose, and that is a stuffed animal, a decorative piece, something that a kid would probably want to snuggle up at night with. Pokemon has plushies, sports cards. It's just a piece of cardboard with some sort of value to the collectors, the investor, the opener, whatever you want to call the person giving value to that card. Pokemon has the cards. But what makes Pokemon a little different is that it has those two aspects as well as the video game that still has current releases, that is still extremely popular every time it does release, that has a show that brings a lot of youth in, a cartoon that brings a lot of new eyes, new viewers into the hobby. You have movies that occasionally release as well. You have apps. You have the Pokemon Pocket TCG app. You have Pokemon Unite, which is an actual strategic game. You have Pokemon Go, which is something that had its own boom, but brought casual eyes into the brand. And that's what I think makes Pokemon really stand out from a lot of the competition and other brands as well, is that it is one, generational, and two, it is not a niche thing. It has really become a household recognized brand. Grandparents, parents, they know what that is. I'm sure that a lot of people could recognize Pikachu by name, by image. I'm sure a lot of people could do that with maybe something else like a Charizard or a Mewtwo. It's less of a, niche kind of specific collectible hobby in its own regard. It is definitely a big brand that is recognized through many outlets by many people. Completely casual non fans even would recognize the brand, the Pokemon, or a character, something like that. That's what I think really distinguishes Pokemon from something else. And even like a sports card, like you could bring up sports cards again because we're really relating this video to the cards themselves. Sports cards, you could show somebody what? A Tiger Woods card, maybe? A lot of people know who Tiger Woods is, but not everybody. Even internationally, like I'm sure golf is not as widely recognized as it is here in the United States as it is somewhere else, maybe like Brazil. Every sport kind of has its favored regions. Pokemon is international. If you look at the actual company name, it is Pokemon International. It is Pokemon Company. It is a big, big business. It is on the level of Disney, I would say. Nintendo having that behind its back in its corner is huge, insane. You just have two big brands boosting each other up pretty much throughout most of time. And I think that's what really separates Pokemon. And I really think that the boom is going to continue to boom. You might see dips, of course. You're always going to see lower points in markets, especially speculative markets. But I don't think they're going to be literal crashes. I think we're going to see some singles, some graded cards maybe come down in price whenever demand starts to slow down a little bit. But ultimately, sealed is king. And really, honestly, the brand is too big and the hobby has grown too much to really ignore and to watch it all go to literally nothing. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Like I said, if you learned anything, make sure you throw a like. And I'm not going to say I upload every day anymore because whew, personal life has been being very hectic. But make sure you subscribe. I will try to do videos every other day, definitely multiple times a week, but at the moment, not every single day. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Later.